seems like it's not lightening up. It's going to be terrorism season for a while. We got two stories that I came across. The uh, the New York City mayor's residence had an attempted bombing, and there was a U.S. embassy in Norway that was attacked. I think it was Norway. Yeah, Oslo, Norway. There was an embassy attack. Um, I don't think anyone was hurt in either attack. I'm pretty sure nobody was. So that's good, I think. We got two men charged in the bombing of the New York City mayor's residence. Yeah, no one was injured in Norway. So, all in all, they're not very good at this, but a lot of times terrorism isn't necessarily a body count, it's shock and awe. It's not because we want to kill a dozen people, it's shock and awe. They have ways to kill more than dozens of people, as we saw with 9/11. They could release chemicals that could kill people super easily. I mean, it's 2026. We can just do chemical attacks. Blowing things up is a little old school. There's a reason they do it. It scares the shit out of people. But so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this here. This here article. So this one comes from the BBC. Two men have been charged with terror offenses after police said they attempted to bomb a protest outside the New York City mayor's home in an attack allegedly inspired by the Islamic State group IS. No, it's ISIS. Okay, you fucking libtard cucks. It's ISIS. The suspects, 18-year-old Amir Balit and 19-year-old Ibrahim Kayumi. I don't fuck these guys. They're shitbags. Allegedly told police that they aimed for the Saturday attack to be even larger than the Boston Marathon bombing in 2013 that left 3 dead. The New York police say the pair attempted to detonate 2 explosives outside Gracie Mansion, where Mayor Zoran Mondani lives. Authorities found a third bomb in their car. The incident happened during an anti-Islam protest, and none of the explosives went off as intended. So, good news, these guys are idiots. Bad news, there's going to be more of these. And then we got here, I believe these both took place on the 8th, by the way. I don't know which one happened first. Again from the BBC, which rare I use the same source twice. I don't like to do that, but here we are. Explosion at U.S. Embassy in Oslo may have been terrorism, Norway police say. You think? An overnight explosion at the U.S. Embassy in Oslo may have been an act of terrorism, Norway's police have said. The embassy in the Norwegian capital sustained minor damage after the blast in the early hours of Sunday, but no one was injured. That's odd phrasing, but okay. One of the hypotheses is that it's an act of terrorism, but we're not completely locked into it. Frode Larsen said, the head of police joint investigation and intelligence. Norwegian authorities say that they are in contact with U.S. diplomats, and an investigation into the incident is now underway. The U.S. State Department spokesperson said they're aware of the incident at the U.S. Embassy in Oslo and are investigating. Listen, these two stories have nothing to do with the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is there are terrorists all over the world. That's not a secret. They come from a few countries, mostly the one we just started a war with. They have terror cells hidden everywhere. They have them in every corner of the globe. No, flat earthers, the globe is not flat. And every corner of the globe is a saying, calm down, I'm not one of you morons. They have terror cells in every corner of the globe. These terror cells are trained to react to situations like this. They are activated when it's time to go to work and when it's time to cause chaos and terror and whatever they want to, whatever their end goal would be. And in this case, it would be Terror. They want everyone to be terrified. We don't get bombings because we want to see people dead, right? If someone tries to blow up an embassy, what do they usually blow up? One floor if they're lucky. Look at the Oklahoma City bombing. The Oklahoma City bombing wasn't a huge death count. It was just a huge explosion. And now there were a lot of people dead and injured. But it wasn't a 9/11, mostly because it hadn't happened yet. But I mean, you get my point. It wasn't hundreds of thousands of people. It wasn't even hundreds of people. Like a couple dozen people, I think. Let's look it up. I forget. It's been a while. How many injured and killed in city bombing? That's not how you spell bombing. 168 fatalities and 592 to 648 people were injured. So on the high side, you got about 800 people. Less than 1,000 people were affected. This was a big deal, but you had less than 1,000 people. I mean, that's nothing in the scheme of a country that has billions. You know what I mean? Like that is a statistic zero. And most terror attacks are even less than that. Most terror attacks are a couple hundred if they're lucky. Most terror attacks end up after 15, 20 people on the high end. Like the Oklahoma City bombing was a bad one comparatively to the other attacks of the time. But I mean, I think the worst ones were Waco and Ruby Ridge, where citizens were killed by the government. I think that's the worst terror attack. That's what inspired the Oklahoma City bombing. But this isn't about the Oklahoma City bombing. My point is, terror attacks usually aren't about the death count. I mean, with only 168 people killed, it's like, okay, yeah, that was a big one. But it's more about the fact that someone might park a truck outside of a building and blow it up. That scared a lot more people than the 168 people that were killed. It's like when Ted Kaczynski was doing his thing. A lot of people were like, man, I hope my wife ordered that package because that shit might explode. It wasn't that Ted Kaczynski killed a billion people. No, Ted Kaczynski, I don't think killed anybody. I think he injured a couple of people. He might have killed one or two people. I don't remember. Let's look it up. I forget. It's been a while. I get all these dates and all these. What did I do? Oh shit! That's not what I meant to do. All right, there we go. I opened a game. My B, I fucked something up. I'm back. How many killed by Ted? Fuck. Kaczynski. I don't remember how to spell Ted Kaczynski's name. That one. That one. That was close. Killed 3 people. In 17 years, Ted Kaczynski killed 3 people. Okay, you get my point here. Terrorism isn't about the death toll. Now, Ted Kaczynski was searching for a number. Ted Kaczynski did want to kill people. He was getting pissed that his bombs were not lethal. He was getting real upset about that. He was getting real mad. But he wanted to kill people to make a point. He didn't want to kill a billion people. He just wanted to kill a handful of people to make a point. The point is terrorism. The point he was trying to make was he's a terrorist. And if you don't do what he wants, he's going to continue to do terrorisms. I mean, it's pretty simple at the end of the day when you look at it. Terrorism isn't about killing the most people. It's about making the most noise. We're going to see more and more attacks because they want to make the most noise. Now, like I said, there are big events like the Oklahoma City bombing. That was a huge attack. But again, only 168 people killed. That's not a lot. That doesn't even affect the population of a small town. You live in a small town of like 20,000 people. 150 people just up and left. We wouldn't even notice. Like, it does not change even small towns. It's not about small towns. It's not about changing anything. It's just about scaring the shit out of people. That's why it's called terrorism. And when, the CIA does it, it's called regime change, but, so be it, I guess. When the CIA does it, it's all cool. It's okay. The CIA can fucking fake vampire attacks and shit, and nobody's like, hey, what are you doing, you lunatics? That's cool. But, it's just kind of bullshit. It's real annoying that the government just does whatever they want. Like, all the time. Like, all the fucking time. It's frustrating. Because, like, they go fake fucking vampire attacks in fucking mountain towns in the middle of fucking nowhere. This is a true thing. You can look it up at the times the CIA fucking faked vampire attacks to do regime change. And then they wonder why like Iran wants to blow us all up. Well, I mean, maybe because you did shitty things to people for a long time. And I'm not saying the Iranians are right in wanting to blow people up, but also, like, if I found out, like, 20 years later that the CIA was, like, fucking putting dictators in charge of countries and then, like, going to war with those dictators, like, shortly after putting them into power, and then they were, like, doing crazy shit, like, putting fucking microphones in cats. Like, yeah, I would want to go to war with those guys too. I mean, I'm not going to go to war with the CIA because that's not a war I can win. However, if I ever get elected into office, I do have some questions. And no, I will not be taking a convertible ride through Dallas. Learned that lesson. It's just like, we fuck with people all the time, especially through the CIA. And then we wonder why these other countries want to blow us up. And then we declare war on these countries, and we wonder why we see terrorist attacks everywhere. Well, I'm no cosmetologist here, but I think I can figure out we were fucking with these guys, and then we left them alone for a little bit, and then we went to war with them, and then we left them alone for a little bit, then we started bombing them, and then we left them alone for a little bit, and then we went to war with them again, and I'm starting to see a pattern here, and if I were them, yeah, I would be pissed off too, and yeah, I would be blowing things up too. I'm not saying that they're right. No, they're terrorists. They're obviously not right. But also, I can see why they don't like us. I mean, we go around spreading democracy everywhere we fucking can, and we install leaders that inevitably end up trying to start shit with us, and then we go to war with these countries, and it's a vicious cycle, and then we install a new leader that inevitably tries to go to war with us. The crazy part about using revolutionaries to get your fucking goals across is revolutionaries want to revolt. So, they do that thing. It's kind of their thing. They like revolution. Once you place somebody in the government, the revolutionaries that you use to overthrow the existing government, they're probably going to want to overthrow the new one when they don't like the way it goes. The only way you can use revolutionaries is if you kill them all afterwards. And I don't really think that that's going to work because you need people to do the government stuff. And those people end up being revolutionaries. It's a vicious cycle. It doesn't work. I'm just frustrated because time and time again, the CIA, the government, the military, whatever, has gone in and done shit to these countries. And then we get all up in our, oh my gosh, how could they terror attack us? How could they terror attack our embassies? How could they have people in the U.S. that are willing to terror attack the mayor of New York City? How could this happen? Well, maybe because we've been fucking with these people for 40 years, 50 years, 100 years, whatever it is. Like maybe that. no fucking. I'm not a brain surgeon here, but I think I can figure out how normal people think. You've been picking on people for 2 decades, and now you're starting shit with me. I'm gonna do something about it, and we're gonna see more and more and more of these attacks. And it's up to you, the armed or the average civilian. You got to be armed. You got to be ready to protect yourself. You got to be ready to protect your family. And honestly, it's like, what the hell, man? I shouldn't have to live like this because the government's corrupt and full of shit. And then we get the Epstein files and we find out that everyone's a pedo. And if they're not a pedo, they're just corrupt as shit, which we all knew. Look at Dan Crenshaw. Thank God he lost. But like, it's just like, where does it go? Like, how do we correct this course? Because it seems like it just leads to chaos. And I'm kind of like, man, I would sure like to not do a chaos today. And every day I'm like, oh, well, maybe it'll be chaos. Maybe tomorrow will be chaos. Maybe I'll get blown up on my way to work. Who the fuck knows? Like, I'm just, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's all because CIA is a bunch of sketchy bastards. The fucking government's all corrupt and run by pedos. And we have, no matter who gets elected, they just love the taste of war profiteer cock. And it's just infuriating. I'm tired of it. Tired of it. Goddamn tired. I don't know. That's really all I got. I'm talking, just screaming at air. I mean, like, I can't change anything. I'm just irritated. Just tired of it. And seeing people die, people get hurt. I mean, luckily, these two attacks were nothing burgers. But I mean, the fact that there were attacks means there's going to be more because these were nothing burgers. And when we look at terrorism in the past, they wanted to kill people. They didn't care how many people they really killed, but they wanted dead bodies because dead bodies get attention. There's a saying in journalism: if it bleeds, it leads. It's pretty obvious why they want to kill people. They want to get the attention of the media, and it's just, I don't know. I just like don't want to live in this world where pedophiles have decided that war is something we're going to do all the time with the Middle East, and there is nothing that we can do to stop it because nobody seems to have the ability to stop the pedos. So there you go. I guess there's your was it the black pill for the day? Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got for you. I'm gonna go complain to my wife because I'm sure she's tired of hearing me complain about this shit. But yeah, I'm gonna go complain to her about it. That's all I got. I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.